I came here hoping to be convinced there was a God, but I have a priest that doesn't even believe in God, and I have a pastor who is a hypocrite. If I went to your church tomorrow, I would simply walk out.
And if you don't accept Jesus according to our faith, then you automatically go to hell. But do you have insurance on your salvation?
If you believe that there's a God that will create a devil to deliberately trick you with a devil that was just as smart as him, what kind of God is that?
Jesus was personified as being gay because he had a whole lot of around him and he never had no woman.
He's not a priest, he's a bastard. Let me tell you why he's a bastard.
Damn. If the church can use fear to get you to believe in God, then what kind of God is that?
Man created God. God did not create man. We got to stop this book and get to heaven on earth.
Welcome to X-Files, where we reveal the previously unrevealed. I am OTG Rowe, and today we're going to be discussing Bible wars about heaven and hell and death. Today we have with us Pastor Eli, and we also have Dooney the priest, along with 607 Unc.
I want to teach the world magic, right? A lot of people, when they think about magic, they think magic, but I'm talking about magnetics, right? Because everything is magnetic. So magic is just the use of magnetics, right? It's science, right? So a lot of people don't know. So they have hid a lot of frequencies. So before we get to talking this frequency that's gonna come from the church, because the church gonna give you a frequency that's been manipulated, that's been for your destruction. And the priest gonna tell you that you gotta wait to go to heaven when you die, right? But I'm gonna give you some real magic, and magic is the ability to control the magnetic field, right? The magnetic field is controlled by your brains. You gotta be careful of what you hear, right? A lot of people watching this gonna hear a whole lot of shit, right? And you gotta be careful, because if it sink in, then it get in. Can I get an amen, Pastor?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a frequency, right? There's a hospital in St. Louis called Homer G. Phillips. It was the first hospital. It was a black-owned hospital, and they deal with frequency healing, and they deal with this magnetic field. They deal with magic.
What's in it?
It's healing. It's frequency.
Oh, yeah.
Different kind of frequencies, right? I can hit you with it. You want to get hit with
No,
it?
you ain't gonna hit me with that.
Yeah, I mean, they hit you with frequency all the time. Did you know that Wi-Fi was a frequency? It was blocking you,
Don't got nothing
right?
to do with
The microwave is blocking you. Right, everything is a frequency. Y'all don't know that. You don't know nothing about a frequency. Stop playing with me. You don't know about frequency. Everything's a frequency. Everything blocking you.
I know that.
That's amazing that you can take anything that's natural and you believe in that more than the unseen.
No. This is the unseen, because people don't understand
I
this.
see that.
No, you
You
see.
see and
No.
hear
You see this, but you don't see what happens. What comes from this, right? You can hear the sound, but you can't see the sound.
So
Come on, gang.
we're about to go ahead and get started. So let me make sure that we have all the rules established.
Ain't no rules.
I'm going to ask questions.
I'm not about no rules.
Yeah, no, there's rules up, and
ain't
you
no
gotta
rules.
have to listen to this.
Put that javel up. I don't know what the hell that is.
This is energy, gang. This is frequency healing.
So the way that this is going to work, I'm going to ask a question. Each individual has 6 minutes to answer. No one will interrupt them or speak over them. And then the next gentleman.
Why are you looking at me
when
when you say that?
I know.
Why are you looking directly at me?
Because you're the one that violates that rule the most.
I don't violate no rules.
Okay, so we're gonna have a peaceful discussion. No one's gonna overtalk. And if you overtalk,
what is peace? Hold up, before we continue, explain peace. What is peace, right? Because it's different kinds of peace, right? Because sometimes peace is chaotic, because in the hood, gunshots is going on, but we think that's peaceful, as long as they're not coming at you. So can you please give me a definition of your peace?
if gunshots means peace to you, that is not happening here.
Come on, gang. I don't think you understand. So what's your definition of peace? I don't know what peace is.
Be respectful, and everyone's going to have a chance to talk without over-talking.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. No one's going to over-talk you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Order.
Thank you.
It ain't no order. Life is about, listen, the problem in life comes when you try to give it order and structure. You try to apply that to the universe, because the universe don't have logic and it don't have structure. Not to the human eye.
Well, I can say this.
Come on, man, why are you saying something?
Jesus said, peace be still. Only thing he say, be still when it ain't your
The
time.
problem is people don't be still enough. People don't be still enough and listen to stillness.
Okay, can you just be still when it's your
Now,
time?
on the subject of Jesus, thank you, Pastor, I want to ask, for faith in Jesus, how does it influence a believer's perspective of death?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Heaven was invented by the mind. Because I don't think you understand what the mind do. When the mind is in fear or is stuck, it begins to create this illusion, right? Everybody here knows exactly what happens when they die. It's in the back of their head, but they don't listen to it. Because we all know the only problem with death is we want to be remembered, right? See, I want people to love me. I want people to care about me. I want people to remember me. I can't understand the fact that they won't, and I can't accept it. See, the problem is not death. The problem, I told you again, is the fact that people don't want to accept the fact that they will be forgotten. Right? Nobody want to be forgotten. Jesus never died. That's a hoax. It's a trick in the Bible, right? If you pay attention to Gnosticism, which is the first Christianity, Pastor, they talk about Jesus because they had different books, right? And they had a book in there, and in this book, they specifically had Jesus coming back and laugh and say they think they killed me, but they didn't, because I am the illusion. See, Jesus tricked the world because he came in the world as the illusion, as the world was the illusion. See, Jesus was a hologram. They couldn't touch him. Why do you think when Jesus went certain places and he just disappeared, go everywhere, walk on water, do all kind of supernatural shit? Right? I don't think you understand, Pastor. Right?
When Jesus rose from the dead.
No. Everybody rose from the dead. I told you that before. Rising, listen, I'm gonna say this. Everybody died. You died. You rise from the dead every time you wake up. Because when you sleep, you dead. A lot of people know. The only thing that's keeping you here is a thin line. There's a string that's keeping you in this reality. You cut the reality, you die. You cut the cord, you die. Right? You don't understand. This reality that we call real is not real. We are here to do the things that we can't do in the other reality, and that is taste.
Well, in response to
No,
you
we
saying
just gonna
that,
taste some shit. I'm gonna taste some shit because you cannot taste in a spiritual reality. When have you tasted a dream? You can't.
I've never tasted it.
No one can. And listen, and you're gonna be in the dream reality more than you in this physical reality. Because if you count up how much time you sleep and how much time you awake, you sleep more than you awake, and it's life.
Natural.
Ah, come on, gang. Stop playing with me.
You can't sleep more than 8 hours. Okay, if you sleep more than 8 hours a day, you still have.
No, because
you still have over 16 hours in a day.
Listen, what I'm saying about this, listen, because let me tell you about perception. If I close my eyes right now, right, and put a cover over my mind, over myself, you would think I'm asleep, right? Even though I couldn't be asleep. I could be fooling you. What I'm saying is a lot of people walking around, you think they woke, but they fooling you. They sleep. Because they're not in control of their life. They're not in control and aware of their own consciousness. They live in a loop. They're not awoke. They sleep. Listen, 99.9% of the people watching this is asleep. And they wake up from time to time and then go back to sleep.
All right, thank you. That's your time.
Well, you can't be doing that. How you gonna be? Is that illegal?
That's not illegal. That's not against the rules.
How did they do that at church?
You didn't even want to hear the rules.
He's writing a sermon.
No. I'm not writing no sermon.
He writing down what I'm saying.
I just write down life and death. I just want to remember. Okay, who next? Go ahead, doing it.
Your time, Pastor. We're going to go ahead and start.
Okay, I want to say this. When you speak about life and death, first of all, you have to understand what life is. Life can be in the system of man. Man said life is having a nice car,
respectfully,
a nice house, a nice family. I'm living my best life. You know how people say, I'm living my best life. But life is any time you've been born again. He just spoke about death. You born dead. The only way you come alive is when you're in tune with the Creator, when you be able to hear his voice, not the voice that you hear people saying, God speaking from heaven, but his instruction. So you're born dead because men are emotion driven. And anytime you're emotion driven, you fall into a dark place.
Fucked up.
And then when you're in a dark place, you don't hear from the light. And that's why people don't understand the reason why we do what we do, because we're emotion driven. And so when Jesus said, "He that believe in me shall never die," it amazed me. People say they don't believe Jesus, but they believe certain stories. But they only grab out the Bible that benefits them. And the things they didn't want to reject, they challenge it. And so when you're talking about life and death, you got to first understand what that means. He gave you a good question. He asked you, what is peace? You couldn't answer that because you thought peace was in your perception. But peace is only a place in your own ideal, your own thoughts. And then when you change the way you think, you change the way you feel. I don't need peace from you. I need peace within me. If you control me, then I don't have peace. Peace cannot be taken from you. Jesus said, "The peace that I give you, the world cannot give nor take away." So there's a peace within you. Unc said something that's real that a lot of people miss. A lot of your challenge is not knowing who the inner man is. A lot of your lack of knowledge, a lack of faith, a lack of anything is within you. We spend too much time trying to pour energy from the outside instead of from the inside. So we lose focus. So anytime a man asks what is life and death, first of all, he got to first understand what life is. And if you don't know what life is, you don't know what death is. Watch this. When you go to sleep, you experience death every time. He told you that. When you lay down, you don't remember when you go to sleep. You don't even remember when you get up. That's just like death. And so people got to understand God is so good. He give us a pre-review of what death is like. And so every time you lay down, you don't know where you've been.
And that's to get you comfortable with death.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing.
That get you comfortable. That's right. Oh man, that's good. That get you comfortable. That's why you don't have to fear death.
Yeah.
You don't have to fear something that don't harm you. Yeah. Now, I know this is gonna sound crazy. He said, "Rejoice when one die, but cry when one is born." Yeah. That is confusion to a person in the knowledge. But peace is within you. And so when we talk about life and death, I understand that everybody have a belief system. But you're dead when you can't think for yourself. You dead when you let someone outside of you control you.
So you dead?
You dead.
You alive?
You dead.
Hold on, we're giving this time.
I'm trying to find out if you're alive or not.
We're giving him this time to speak.
How do I know? I have to determine if he's alive or not.
We can wait to the end of his time.
Well, I'll tell you that. He cut in, but I'm going to say this here.
Everybody talk.
Watch this here. You dead when you let the blind lead the blind. That's dead. He said the blind lead the blind.
Talk about him.
I'm talking about both of you devils.
You said something that opens up a lot of questions, where you said dreams are a part of getting you into comfort for death. So what would nightmares be?
Well, I didn't say dream. I said sleep.
If you're in that sleep and it's preparing you for
that should be a question for me, because I told you.
Dream is a thought.
I said that.
Go ahead.
Listen, I don't think there's no such thing as a nightmare, right? A lot of people
That's right.
think that a nightmare is something to be afraid of. But let me tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you this.
It's a thought.
A lot of times when you were a kid, eating green beans was a nightmare. You didn't want to eat them. But then when you ate them, oh, this ain't that bad. Listen, what I'm trying to say is everything that we're afraid of, once we experience it, we realize, hey, it's not that bad, right? Because every nightmare is just showing you a level of something that you need to get past, right? Listen, I'm gonna say this. People in the world assume and they perceive nightmares as something bad, but you have a nightmare that keep on coming back. Listen, if something keep on coming back, that's something that you need to do, right? It's all it is a reminder. Right? Because everything in the world that we see run in patterns, right? But we to determine, trying to figure out, is it good or bad? And we can't figure out what it is that we need to do. Right? I'm just keeping it real, right? So that's what I'm saying. So everything is a blessing, because did you know this, that a good way to experience death is through deep meditation, right? When you get into deep meditation, you put your brain in the delta-like space. Are you gonna click me off? So you gonna stop me? What you gonna stop me? What you stopping me for?
There was 6 minutes and Pastor gave you the rest of his time.
How can you just stop me before in the middle of me talking?
That's his time. That's
Come
the
on,
6-minute mark. I'm sorry. So
He is weird.
So we're gonna go over to you, Dooney the Priest.
He's right. You see him just say stop me like that?
We're gonna start Dooney the Priest's time now.
Listen, this is Donald the Priest, Donald the Barber, represent
Priest of the Barber.
man. Texas boy, Texas raised.
Oh,
Y'all know
oh my
what the fuck going on.
Oh my God. This nigga got no priest. Stop playing with me. No way.
Street priest,
No.
you understand
Oh
me?
my God. He's embarrassing.
Now, can I get my 5
Yeah,
minutes?
your time is starting. Go ahead.
This why.
Please give him his time.
No, this why he talk to priests through the thing like this. They don't want you to see what's behind it. This is the type of shit that behind it. This is why you can't follow
You
religion.
don't let me cook, man.
No, go ahead, please.
I will.
Give him his time to talk.
I'm
Give him his time to talk.
Can we start my time?
Your time has started, and we'll extend the time for the interruption.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You interrupted. That's a part of the rules. Go ahead.
Is a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features, right? The one I like the most, you get the access up to $750 before you get your paycheck, right? Meaning you can get the money before you get your paycheck if you approve, right? They got the bill card, right? Listen, they got a lot of features that you can use, right? Listen, and you can get a free $75, right? If you sign up right now using my code 607UNC, right? All you gotta do is scan the QR code, right? Or click the link in my description, and it's also the first pinned comment in this video.
Thank you, sir. Let me deal. You asked about Jesus and the theory of eschatology, which is
Nigga ask about life and death.
Show did.
This ain't about
Something about
eschatology.
Jesus.
We don't know what the fuck that
You
mean.
so against Jesus. You don't know what
We
to
talk
say.
about life and death. That's the problem. He's drunk.
The question specifically was, how does faith in Jesus influence a believer's perspective of death?
That's what I'm gonna get to, but they won't let me cook. And thank you for a disciplined platform.
Thank you.
You
Go ahead.
okay? All right. Now, in that, you have to start with the whole ideology of Jesus,
Oh Lord.
which I haven't been convinced that a Jesus even exists.
Oh my God.
I used to think that Jesus exists because heaven was created in my mind through maybe a doctrine. Now, when you talk about Jesus, again, let's go to the Jesus ideology. Okay, it's a concept that has been put in, especially the Black church, the Catholic church, or whatever. But Jesus, when it comes to the characteristics of Jesus, I would say universal wise, it's good characteristics. It's love, it's peace. It showed solidarity. It showed in Jesus the concept, the ideology of Jesus. It showed that, and so it showed good life here on earth. Okay, but when it comes to does it lead to death, and when it comes to eschatology, and
What?
eschatology is
Look, too
means
deep
the
for
study of the after.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Too deep.
Give him his time. Give him his time. He's not finished.
Eschatology means it's the study of the afterlife, the judgment, all the way up
Did
until.
I hear you just say that?
He's explaining now. That's why his time is still allotted. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So eschatology, when you study eschatology, now you want to look at the afterlife. You're looking into that. You're assuming you're on a search. And what I come to find out, if we get out of sometimes space, or if we get out of our minds and really study things about ourselves. And let's go to anatomy real quick. A part of our anatomy, we have a thing, look, pea size, maybe a grain, look like a grain of what is that? Rice.
Okay.
It's in the middle of our brain. It's called the pineal gland. A pineal gland. Okay, you Google that, and where it gets its name from, the Latin word is pineal, but where it gets its name pineal from is because it's shaped like a pine cone. This pineal gland releases a certain type of endocrine in your blood system that controls your metabolism. It controls your melatonin. It puts you to sleep. It's like a body clock. So when you talk about sleep, when you talk about death, it's because your pineal gland is connected to darkness. Just develop in your infant stages. You could Google this. I mean, just Google it. But the pineal gland was once called from a biological point
I
of view.
don't want to say nothing.
Hold on.
We're gonna give it
But I'm
time.
saying,
Come on,
I'm listening to him. He just too deep.
He don't understand what the fuck he's saying.
Hold on, he's got 2 more minutes.
But he don't even understand it.
has 2 more
He don't
minutes.
understand it, and we don't understand.
He's explaining it.
I'm explaining if you listen.
Man, every word that you use, you
My
need to
God,
have
you're
a
fine.
dictionary.
I can't be doing all this talking.
He said
without
pineal
getting
gland.
fried.
has been known from a scientific point of view, has been looked at as like the third eye.
Correct.
Okay? All right?
That's the only thing he said fact.
So it's not in the center of your brain, but
It's in the middle of your brain.
forehead.
It's in the middle of your brain. In your brain. It's like a pea size. It's the size of a rice grain. And you can Google it. Okay? Just Google it.
Everybody know about the pineal gland.
I know, but the pineal
You must
gland
have got hit between your eyes
is
or
once
something.
called from someone, a scholar, Decordis, I think, calls it the seat of the soul. So when you look at that, then you look at your pineal gland and you begin to understand your anatomy, that it's a part of your anatomy. Then you begin to understand how we was created and how we all coexist with ecology and cosmology.
What's analogy mean?
He don't
That
know.
word too
He
deep.
don't know. He
Ology
don't know.
itself means if you study
He don't
ology,
know.
Give him a chance to explain.
if you study ology, if ology is at the end of any word, it means the study of. So when you start talking about eschatology, it's the study of the life.
You need psychology.
Okay, and that's cool. So I read, and what I come to find out to end my wrap it up is that Unc don't read. He just
everybody
be
know
in
I
the
don't.
space in third dimensions. I don't think Bishop Eli can read, but that's cool. And so all I'm
He can
saying
read the
is,
Bible.
I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? And my teachers teach me that if you think you know everything, is when you know nothing. But I do read, and what I come to find out that I learn about myself. And more I learn about myself is the less that I worry about others or judge
Hold on,
others.
his time's not done yet. He has
Okay.
30
I keep
more
learning about
seconds.
yourself,
When it
reading
comes
myself
to-
or somebody else.
when it
He
comes
has
to-
30 more seconds.
Yes. So when it comes to, I mentioned the pineal gland, but it is connected to, it's like the seat of our soul, and it's connected to melatonin, which puts you to sleep. And so the pineal gland comes from the darkness.
No.
So it's in everyone.
No.
The pineal gland is in everyone, and everyone has one.
But
and it has no
All
color.
right, that's your time.
Listen,
That's
let me say something about the
I'm gonna
pineal
let you
gland.
go ahead and talk.
Let me say something about the pineal gland. A lot of people watching this don't understand that everybody got it, but everybody pineal gland is not activated because it's glazed. But let me say this, right? To get deeper on death,
Glaze, what?
in death, you go through a series of illusions, right? You ever heard of the 49 days? Right? Listen, I'm gonna say this. It was
How you
said
know what that is?
because we did now.
That's right.
You think I'm playing game? This ain't no game,
That's
right?
right.
Everybody watching this, they
went
won't
over your
understand
head.
this when I tell it to them. But you too blind by knowledge to understand what I'm about to tell you, right? You
No,
read
I'm
too
not
many
blind.
books.
That's real.
You read too
But
many
when you
books.
understand that,
Come on,
you
guys,
have to have
he
knowledge.
gave some wisdom.
I
You don't
have
know what
died.
death
Nigga, all we
is.
do is die.
All right.
I live dying. What you talking about?
You sitting here living in
Come on,
front
gang.
of me.
You don't know what death is.
Come on,
Speaker
gang,
at a
come on.
time. One
Listen,
speaker at a time.
let-
Go
let-
ahead.
Listen, so you go through a series of illusions, right?
Mhm.
And these illusions that you go to, people don't understand this, right? So it was said that in the Egyptian days, and this is how.
Oh, now you want to go to the
Hold up. This is how heaven and hell came up. They would say that you can't pass if you are too heavy, right? You have to be light enough to pass, right? And then they came up with a thing that's saying, you know what? Let's start paying, right? And gold. They said you can no longer pay for the afterlife. Now it's about your deeds. Now it's about what you do, what you attach with, right? And the moment you die, you'll go through a little tunnel. But before you get to the light, you have to go through 7 different levels. And each level you go through is gonna be a bar, and it's gonna weigh,
Bill, you on
Right.
that bullshit.
and it's gonna weigh you, and you got to be light as a
Bill
feather.
is just on that bullshit.
So when you get
Don't
to
be
the,
mixing
when
the
you
book
come on,
with the
gang,
gun.
stop
Give
playing
it
with me.
one
Listen,
time.
they talk about the levels of heaven, and Enoch talk about the levels, but people don't know how to get past the levels. I'm trying to tell people how to get past the levels.
We're letting you talk. Go ahead.
Right? So when you get to the first level, right, you have to be light as a feather, right? And the first level you're gonna go through is a level of love, right? You have to make sure that you love with no attachment, right? So if you love with no attachment, you pass that, right? But everything that you feel, you have to pass that. You have to pass that. You have to be light as a feather, right? And that's what's happening now. So right now in life, you're going through them tests. You got to test the love. You have to test the fear. All them tests you're going through it now. It's a series of illusions because right now everybody watching this is dead.
He talking right.
Do you have any point of reference that you've heard this from?
Listen.
No, he doesn't.
Come on, gang. Stop playing. I'm a prophet. Listen.
He like the smartest, dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
Listen, gang. I'm gonna say this. I don't read, not because I don't want to,
Because you can't.
because I can't.
You can't read? No, my bad. I take that back.
Listen. I have tried it, right? It don't work for me.
Damn.
Some people cannot be programmed, right? But at school, if you check my grades, I was on the honor roll. How? And I never could read.
Have you proven that you've been on honor roll?
Oh, just look up my grades, look it up. They know my name.
Without reading.
Listen to me. I used to, listen to me. When they gave me the test, I used to look at them and just want the answers, and I knew. They asked me questions I knew the answers to, and I didn't know how I knew them.
Look out, gang.
So
I didn't come to
This is true, gang. I'm not playing. Ask my teacher, gang.
I didn't come to Vegas.
Gang, listen to me.
I
answer, gang, I'm not that. Listen, I answer every question. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this one time for everybody that knows. This is how you know that it's true, right? They did an experiment. They did an experiment with the left and right side. Listen, they did an experiment with the left and right side of the brain, right? They took the left side of the brain, they cut it down the middle. When they cut it down the middle, they took a side of the right eye and they put a key in front of the right eye and a little sign and let it blink in the key, and they moved it. They said, what did we just put in front of your right eye? The person said nothing. They said, okay, fine. Then they put 5 items in front of them, and they said, yo, pick up what we just put in front of your right eye. The person picked up a key. So what I'm telling you is everything is recorded. Right now, you don't understand that everything is right here is being recorded. Right now, if I capture a thought, it's being recorded. Right now, we capturing thoughts. It's being recorded. It's getting recorded inside of a recording.
Much appreciated for the
Come on, man, what do you mean? I just dropped all kind of shit. What do you mean much appreciated?
We need to get back on subject.
You got some toilet paper.
That was something. I just told you everything about death. I just told you how to get through death.
Bitch, you got
Okay, but right now you're talking about your grades. That
You got
has no relevance to the subject.
He got diarrhea.
So I want to ask you guys, on your opinion, for each individual, what do you think resurrection plays a part? What role do you think resurrection plays for those who have a Christian belief?
I'm glad you said that because I was going to pick back up on what Dooney was saying.
Go ahead.
When people who sound so retarded educated, they call it retarded educated.
Who you talking about?
Or the priest next to you.
Okay, good.
Everything that he say is a word that he don't understand himself. So if he can have people think he knows something and that he say something that nobody understand, it makes him look smart. Watch this here. Watch this here.
He's finna get your ass. Now watch this here.
Now, when you talk about the resurrection, Jesus told the woman at the well, I'm just talking in biblical terms. He said, if you knew who I was, you would ask me for a drink. He said, out of your belly shall come living water. Then he told Mary, he said, blessed are those who believe in me. He that believe in me shall never die. And so when you talking about death, I want to go back to that. In the resurrection, Jesus said, I am the resurrection. And so when people talk about death, right, you already dead. You born dead. This is what he don't understand. How can a man speak about life and don't even know he dead? Watch this here. And so anytime you grab any energy from your own emotion, your ideals, your own feeling, the books that you read, your perception, that's dead thinking, because that's the unknown. And so people that is dead cannot understand light because they're in darkness. So I hear him saying a whole lot of stuff that makes sense to him. But I don't need you to be so deep. I need simplicity. I need to be able to understand. Come down, son. Because what that shows me that you're really hiding behind ignorance. And so when we talk about this life, we talk about this death. Life is with God. Anything outside of the Creator is dead because he is life. Jesus said, I'm the truth. I'm the way, truth, and life. So if there's no other life without God, he don't have to accept that. He don't have to believe that because he have a choice to stay in darkness. So when I hear people talking about anything, dealing with relationship, dealing with life, dealing with kids, dealing with every day, first of all, they have to understand that you're born blind. You're born blind. The only way you can see is from what's within you. Unc said a lot of stuff y'all keep missing. Most of your who you are is inside of you. That's why the book said, great is he that's in you than he that's in the world. Anything outside of the world cannot overcome what's inside of you. But until you tap into your inner man, you'll never be in control.
So if you're saying that life is the word of God.
Life is the word of God.
Okay, so you're speaking the word of God right now, but you said we're all dead. So what would that mean for the words that you're speaking? I'm
glad you said that. When man is separated from God, when God told Adam, the day you eat this tree, you should have died. Adam died spiritually and mentally. The Bible said, let this mind be in you, which also in Christ Jesus. Your mind messed up. He said, watch this here. He said, be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewal of your mind. It's all in your mind. If you think the way he think, you can think not because you're alive, you can think because you're dead. I don't expect a dead man to say something that makes sense. He's dead. Everything come out of his mouth is dead. Everything he thinks is dead. So God said he'll take the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. So now we have to retrain ourselves, and we got to be quick to listen. If Unc says something, I must investigate what he say, not reject it. Dead people reject knowledge. Dead people prejudge
But you also said using big words is ignorant. So you were just saying that that's rejecting that knowledge as well.
That wasn't knowledge. This is what he was using.
Okay.
He was trying to sound educated. If I can use a word that you don't understand, it leaves you in what? Delusion. It leaves you in a thought of maybe. But if he be plain, even the Bible said, give us plain word. Give us sound doctrine. Give me something that I can relate to. The stuff that he's saying, he don't even understand himself. It sound deep, but he's still asleep. So when you ask what a dream is, he's a dream. What is a dream? A dream is something that you think of. It's imagination. It's not real. You made it real because them your thoughts. Anytime you allow yourself to fear something that you created yourself, something wrong with you.
Well, there's also people who don't believe in Jesus, and they think that about the belief of Jesus, that you're making it up and it's not real.
I like that.
How would you respond to that?
I'm going to respond to that by saying this here. And let me answer that real quick. Then I'm going to get out your way.
Do your thing. You ain't
Watch
my
this.
way.
Oh, yeah,
Let the church stand. Let the church stand for themselves. I'm not with the church.
They on the same team.
I ain't never been with the church.
We're going to let Pat talk.
Hey.
And he showed me talking about
like when you say there's people that don't believe and like doing it, he said it's just a story. Let me share something about belief. Jesus never had to prove himself to man. Man had to prove himself to God. Watch this here. When I say, how do I know Jesus real? I'm not based on what I read. I'm not basing on what I believe and what I feel. I know Jesus real by my experience. That's a difference. You can read about God, but when you experience God, it's a totally different level. I have been in too many situations where I didn't call on my mama. I didn't call on no priest. I asked God, if you real, reveal yourself to me in this situation.
You don't stop when you hit the break.
Well, no, I was letting him finish his sentence.
I quit.
You ain't let me finish.
Okay.
Because you were in the middle of starting another story.
Listen, let the dead.
Okay, we're starting your time up.
Bury the dead. Right? Okay. Because what people don't know about dead is dead is just a frequency. Right? It's a frequency, right? Like everything else. Because right now everybody sleep on sheets. If they're not linen, they're sleeping on dead sheets, right? If you got on clothes that's not linen, you got on dead clothes, right? Because what people don't understand is that if you take away death, you take away life. See, everybody is scared of death, right? But did you know that right now you got a lot of people in the afterlife that's stuck because they won't accept the fact that they dead, right? I mean, it's like a series of illusions. They won't even accept the fact that they dead. They don't even know that they dead. And the place that they trapped in is called Earth. That's right. Right? They don't know that they dead. They want to accept the fact that they already dead. They run from the fact that they dead. They fear death, right? It's like me fearing the mirror, but it's a lot of magic in the mirror, right? Did you know that? Did you know you could look in the mirror? I'll keep it real. Listen, I'll keep it real.
Give me time.
Did you know you can look in the mirror is a reflection? You can look in the mirror and be truthful with the mirror, and the mirror will let you know everything that you need to know, because I'm telling you, a lot of people is afraid to look in the mirror.
Why did you have fear of the mirror?
I'm gonna say this because people are afraid to look at themselves. I was afraid to look at myself. Would you look in the mirror if you was a crackhead and you smelled like shit? You wouldn't want to look in the mirror if you knew that everywhere you go, people judged you. Because let me tell you this, everywhere you go becomes that mirror, right? Because listen, I'm gonna say this. I walk in a room, I look at people and everybody got mugs. And they got mugs because I got a mug, and they probably didn't even have a mug, but I saw a mug. That was my perception. That was my mirror, right? So I'm saying looking at a physical mirror is magic. Okay. But I'm not speaking of magic. Like I said in the beginning, my magic is magnetic. I don't know. A lot of people use magic. I don't use magic. I use science. So when I speak of magic, I'm speaking of magnetic. The mirror is magnetic. So when you look at the mirror and be truthful for the mirror and say who you are, I look at the mirror and tell the mirror exactly who I am, right? And the version that I tell that mirror, that's what I become in this reality, right? Because what you say is what you are. So what I'm saying is that what everybody needed to do is first realize they're already dead, right? But you know that you can come back from hell, because when Jesus went to hell and freed people from hell, nobody never questioned it.
Right.
Right? But people say hell is forever. You locked in there and you locked there.
Yeah,
but
stop with the bullshit.
No, I'm getting real. I'm gonna say this.
You know Jesus went to hell to save people.
Was you there? Because he came to earth. Because he came to earth is fucking hell.
And he came to earth.
Come on, guy.
Is it? You got the.
Listen. I'm gonna say this.
Is these
Jesus is consciousness. Jesus is consciousness.
Oh,
everybody right now that possess wisdom,
tell them the truth.
That possess love.
Time out for the bullshit.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Why
you ain't stopping? Why the fuck you ain't stopping?
I just stopped him right now. Please, go ahead.
Why you don't stop nobody?
I just did.
But how you know it's not a hell?
Listen, it is a hell. He's stuck in it.
I know, but he's stuck. You don't know it. How you know it's not a hell?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for the priest. See, people don't understand. Knowledge become your prison. You know so much that you can't accept nothing at all.
Come on.
Let me say this. See, I get to where I am because I know that I don't know shit. There's nothing to know.
We don't know.
It's nothing to know. See, I keep on interrupting you. You ain't saying shit.
I just did again.
Listen, it's nothing to know. I'm not gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Without death, there is no life. People afraid of death when death and life is one and the same, right? It's something that everybody watching this have already experienced. And the fact that they don't want to admit it is a shame. Right now, I'm sitting right next to a dead man. It's nobody driving this vehicle. I'm getting real. Nobody's in there. Nobody's in there. Nobody's in there. Right now, everybody watching this know there's nobody in his head.
We all were born to die. Let me just say.
Hold on. Unc still has one more minute. If you would like to yell this time or continue.
Listen, I'm not yelling shit. Listen, I'm gonna say this. But people don't know that we live in a world where you walking around and people are so dead that different entities come in and out of them. Right? You can tell because people always changing moods. A person is always changing moods. That's for sure a dead person. One minute they happy. Next minute they sad. Next minute they mad. That's a dead bitch. You gotta control your emotions. Right? Listen, a person that is understanding and aware that they are alive understand that pain coming.
And
you said that emotions are good. They're not a bad thing to run away from. So why would that make you dead?
Listen, I'm saying this. If you don't use your emotions correctly,
you dead.
Then you dead. Listen, a lot of people, like love. Why would I give you my love? If I give you my love, then wherever you go, my love go with it.
That's your time.
I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna give myself my love, so my love stay with me. Let me finish too.
We about tired of hearing bullshit.
No, we're gonna go ahead. Let you finish.
No.
I'm finished. I'm done.
Okay,
Say,
finish your statement.
and priest, I ain't trying to get on you, man.
Get on
I'm not really trying to get on you, cause
Thank you, man.
you got
Out for some-
okay. Now listen to me, man, cause I was all right till I came here on the show. You make me feel crazy about the crazy thing that
Well,
you
that
say.
sounds like dead behavior.
His energy is crazy.
Yeah,
it makes me
energy
feel
dead.
crazy.
I told death is an energy.
Well, here it is.
Yeah.
Death is any time you think you know more than what everybody else know.
Mm-hmm.
Death is when you're driven
When
by
did I
your
ever say
emotion.
that?
Death is any time you judge a situation. There's a dark side to truth.
Yeah.
And he don't know that dark side. It is true that we hear, but the dark side of it, we don't know how each one of us got here
And where we going?
and where we going. That's the dark side. And when you don't have that evidence, then you're driven off your emotion. He said, how do I know that if Jesus is real? And how do I know that he died for our sins? I don't know. That's just my belief. That's my faith. But I do know he came inside of me. I do know.
You gay?
Uh,
You got. Oh shit! Ah! Jesus, fuck you!
This is
Jesus, no! Oh!
Nah,
Jesus, you!
get off that floor.
Please reflect.
When it
Yeah,
comes,
Jesus, fuck
now hold on, I gotta say this. When it comes
please
to the
find a
most
seat.
high,
Yeah, Jesus, fuck
see,
you!
this is what I'm
Please
talking
find
about.
your seat.
This is what I'm talking about. But when it comes to the most divine, I don't play with nobody.
Sorry, we're gonna go ahead and
Let
let
me
your time
finish.
start now. Sorry, wait. Okay, wait, Pastor.
He said Jesus came
He
in.
bashed me.
All right,
Pastor
everybody,
bashed me.
let's settle. We're gonna let Pastor finish
Yes,
one more
okay.
sentence, and then we're gonna start the
Jesus
time.
already nutted. Jesus
Listen.
done.
Okay, please.
Listen. If I wasn't saved, I'd spank him. But watch this here. When you think about people who have the ability to do things that has no control of themselves, then you have to understand that when God come in us and manifests himself through us, watch this. When he manifests himself through us,
God gave his
he
shit.
show us things that a dark man cannot see. And so when you realize that you're blind, you make decisions based on your emotion. You make decisions based on people around you. You make decisions based on what you learn, but you don't make decisions based on what you really know. You don't know what tomorrow holds. So
Okay.
that's why you got to trust in a power that's greater than you.
Yeah.
We think
Yeah,
Pastor.
you got trust in that dick.
Yeah.
That motherfucker
Okay,
come
we're gonna go ahead and let the priest go ahead and start his time.
Bishop, my guy. Bishop, my guy. He know he's my guy. And you know, he shows the haterism sometimes of a sacred girl. And one thing
I ain't saying nothing.
No, I'm a spiritual advisor, but that's cool. We keep that behind
What?
us.
You ain't no advisor of mine.
No, we're gonna keep it on
Nigga,
behind us. We're gonna tell
You
it.
ain't
But
advisor of
I
mine,
want to
gang.
say this, that what they don't understand about me is not for them to understand, because I have my own journey. I have my own assignment, okay? Because I am definitely connected to the divine. So when I speak about Jesus, Jesus is just a word. It's a word that someone came up with, okay? A name, just like you was given a name. It was given a name.
Just to remind you, the question is about the perception of resurrection.
That's it.
But go ahead.
So when you
Please
say resurrection, you say it from a Christian perspective.
Correct.
So we just have to look at it from that perspective. Or you can look at it outside that perspective. But
Okay.
if you look at it within those...
How do you look at it?
I look at it through all perspectives and lenses.
Oh my
Because I sit back and watch. Now, if you just look at it through one lens, then you're just going to be in just that area. You be boxed in, because you can't put the most divine in the box. You can't even get the most divine name. So again, Jesus, resurrection, I think we all resurrect every day when we wake up in the morning. That's the first miracle that we see.
That's right.
Is breath.
First thing he said was
So when
good.
it comes to resurrection, that's one thing we can relate to Jesus by his resurrection. But when it comes to the story of Jesus, again, in the Christian perspective, yes, there is a resurrection within a Bible context. But within the worldly context, which is world history, it has never been documented that a Jesus Christ ever came and
What is the
resurrected.
resurrection?
cap.
Hold on,
That's
here
cap.
we go.
That's cap.
Hold on,
Here we
you
go.
keep talking.
Hold on.
Cap.
See,
Hold
this
on,
is what I'm
okay,
talking
go
about.
ahead.
Everybody
Hold on.
cook.
Anyway,
One
This is what I'm talking about, cook.
One at a time.
See,
We're gonna go ahead.
I
and
make some devil's made.
I
Hold on,
just asked
we're gonna fact check that now, because
Okay.
are you
Ask
familiar
him
with
to explain
AD and what it
resurrection.
stands for?
They did, yeah, Anno Domini.
Anno Domini
That's
de
after-
Jesu Christi.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Latin for the year of Jesus
our
Christ.
Lord. You
So
know, Lord.
2026.
What does
Yeah.
resurrection
So the whole
mean?
world is in agreement that there was a birth of Jesus Christ, and that's why we have the year
From
that we're on.
when?
2026 years
But
ago.
the world existed way before then.
Correct. But
Jesus
Jesus
didn't
didn't.
come
It's
back
about
then. He
Jesus.
did.
So if it existed before then we would have to say, where did this take place at? Okay? So some would say Ethiopia. Some would say Africa.
That
If
don't
it
matter.
took- you say America or Africa,
don't
what you
matter.
talking about? It has not
I can
documented.
say it in the back
so
of your
I'm
yard.
saying documentation, when you have documentation, you have facts, you don't need a belief
There's
system.
25,000 manuscripts about Jesus
Yeah, about Jesus.
and,
Okay.
and proving his
But
existence. Go
but
ahead.
Jesus never existed. That manuscript is man-made. The Dead Sea Scrolls man-made. All that stuff is man-made because the most divine, nobody was there to see the
There's
most
more
divine work.
manuscripts that prove that Jesus existed than there are that prove
Jesus
Julius
never
Caesar
existed.
existed.
Because why? If Jesus is God, like some people
Now, Jesus
say,
not God. No one said that.
Jesus was the Son of God.
Nobody else said that neither.
Okay, or if Jesus came to represent God, let's say God in a colloquial term, because
Nigga, I'm
God,
Jesus.
the God where you ain't Jesus.
How you
All
gonna
right,
tell
go
me?
ahead,
I
give us
know
time.
who I am.
You ain't
We'll give
Jesus
this
either.
time.
Well,
But when it comes to the
if-
concept,
hold on.
Hold on,
I
we're
gotta
gonna let
finish.
Priest go
I
ahead.
gotta- when it
If
comes to
he
the
is
concept of
Jesus,
us-
if
hold
he
on,
is
hold on.
Jesus,
When it comes to the
I'm
I'm
concept,
Jesus. I
We're
swear
gonna
to God,
give
I'm
touched.
Jesus.
When it comes to the concept of us being touched by something divine, I can relate to each one of them because we all are born spiritual, but we was taught religion.
I
The
ain't been
reason
touched
why
by
I
shit.
address a Jesus or anyone, not just Jesus, but a Yahweh, a Jehovah, a Jehovah, whatever you want to name that deity, I say you subscribe to Jesus because of the doctrine. That's it. And a doctrine is something that man put in place way before Baptists got here.
we done
So
heard that.
again, you can't put God in a box. You can't give God a name because if you follow the story of Jesus, then you got to go back to Moses. You got to go back to the precept of the Old Testament.
How you
which
know
talks
Moses
about,
real?
Hold on, and Moses wasn't even real because even when Moses
So
was
nobody-
Hold on,
Hold on. Okay, he has 2 more minutes.
Hold
He
on,
has
I got
2
2
more
more
minutes.
minutes. Moses wasn't even real.
I trapped
Moses
him
was never. You can't find a grave site
Nothing
without
ain't
one
real.
person from Adam.
You can find the footsteps in the bottom of the Red Sea of when they crossed.
No, we're not talking about
Come on, come
Please go
on.
ahead.
That is not correct. Listen, you can't find a grave site from Adam, Eve, all the way to Moses, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Come up to Malachi, come up to John.
They make it- they
all
don't
the-
exist.
and
I can tell you why.
Never
That's
existed
ignorant.
I can tell you why.
Hold on. It is biblical history. And biblical history is something that's a collection of books that a man put together. Because nobody was there to
me-
record God
let me tell you-
when God
Hold
was
on, 1
speaking.
minute. He's got 1 minute left.
Man created God. God did not create man. We got to stop this bullshit and get to heaven on earth. We having problems here on earth. And we're worried about religion and when we gonna die. When we gonna live here on earth. Let's talk about some shit like that. Because I'm about tired of the bullshit, the colonization of any type of religion. I'm about sick of it. I'm about sick of it to where I'm sick of talking about it. I want to deal with how do we make heaven on earth. And that's what we need to do as a people. Because what are we going through over here in America? God bless America.
Hey,
I
you
love America.
I-
but I'm going to stop
he
right
has
there.
30 seconds.
But I'm going to stop
He has
right there
30
to say
seconds.
this. That I have not been convinced that there is a Jesus. And anybody that come to save me, I believe that there's man-made doctrines, the things that put in place to colonize and control the people. If I'm going to believe in any religion, I'm going to wrap it up right here.
Did you know-
If I'm
There's 20
going to wrap it
seconds
up right here. If I'm going to believe in any religion, I'm going to go back to my ancestry.
Believe that Hennessy in your cup.
No, hold on. I'm
Drunk
going to go
ass
back to my ancestry when it talks about where all the religions get their universal principles from. So I don't care what religion you claim, what God you claim, it comes from the original text from Ethiopia,
Priest,
and
that's
then
your time.
the
That's
child
your
of
time.
Ethiopia is Kemet.
That's your time.
And I'm done.
Hold on. We're already starting to get
God
off the
damn
rails a
it.
little bit because there's a lot of different
I-
beliefs. And I want to make sure that you guys consider this first. There are people who do not have any belief of God at all, who are complete atheists, who are trying to see a reason to believe in God, and you guys are not giving them any
Shut up,
reason
Can I
to.
say?
So
Can
we
I-
actually have an atheist here as well who's going to be asking questions too.
Before he asks a
Go
question,
ahead, Pastor.
I want to say this before he asks a
Are you
question.
mad? Because talk about Jesus. You know, he ready to fight.
I want to ask you a question.
You have 2 minutes.
Okay.
If you
I
get
need
2
more
minutes,
2
get 2
minutes.
minutes.
I
No,
need
no,
more
no,
2
you
minutes.
ain't
Hold
got
on.
2 minutes.
Let me say
I
this.
get 2 minutes. What I'm
Let me
gonna
say
say
something.
It's a debate round.
One thing I learned about confusion when you talk about there's a Jesus, but that's also a feminist spirit here that's control man thoughts and ideas. Let me give you an example. He just say he's Jesus, right?
100%.
right?
I'm
Yeah,
Jesus.
he did. He said that.
I'm Jesus.
He
Prove
said
I'm
it
not.
again.
Okay, I'm finna
Prove I'm not.
Yes. But he's a gay Jesus.
What?
Oh, man, hold on.
What?
One at a time, Pastor.
So you stop calling disrespect.
Pastor, go ahead.
A pastor calling another man
No,
disrespect.
no. Gay ain't bad.
Oh.
Cause you happy.
Oh.
Oh, he weird. Y'all think this is a pastor talking like this. This is a pastor of a church. He got a whole congregation in Texas.
Let him have his time. Go ahead.
His pants is tight.
Oh
Listen,
my God.
his
You stop.
His
I want my 2 minutes.
His 2 minutes is still
his
going.
shirt is tight.
It ain't gonna bash me one of these niggas. I'm just
Please.
Listen,
Hold on.
I'm serious, but he's a
no.
gay. He's a gay Jesus. Look at him. His
I
clothes
gay him,
tight.
buddy.
Look, look.
I gay him, buddy. I gay him, buddy.
Now
He's
you're
so
a
gay.
bullshit.
You wanna look at my body? You wanna see my body?
Listen.
You wanna see my body?
No, he said Jesus
Jesus.
gay. No, I'm trying to help him out.
Jesus.
Listen, maybe a gay Jesus, but not the real Jesus. But now look at this guy.
They denied peace.
No, listen. So anytime a spirit that think everything is gay, so a man thinks, so is he. I'm just going off of what he said. When he was on the floor, he was acting gay. See how he was moving?
So you said if
Same
you think it's gay, it makes you gay.
Yeah, as you
And you
think.
just called
So
him
he
gay.
now watch this guy next to him. Look at the fat boy.
This is the past. This is the past.
No.
Keep in mind, this is the past. Disrespect everybody.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay when he do it to me. Now he do it to you. You don't like that, do you?
They
Pastor,
disrespect
that's
me.
your
He always
time.
be disrespectful.
That's your time,
Now,
Pastor.
let me
Please go
say
ahead.
it.
We're
Let
going to
me
start
deal-
your
let me
time.
He
deal
got
with
all
this.
this. He don't believe in
Hold on.
it.
I don't let priest start his time.
I don't want to knock nobody's Jesus.
What's my
theory.
time?
I don't want to knock nobody's Jesus theory. If you believe in Jesus, do so. It's just that I went beyond and above to read about certain things to find out how to even construct Jesus.
This boy is so
Now,
good.
when I did get to that point, I started studying or whatever. Then I go to question the church when it comes to using Jesus as a figure to represent a man or to teach a man how to be a man, because Jesus never personified even being with a woman. It was just always on God's mission. I could
With
be
a
on
gay
God's-
spirit.
Hold on, I could be on God's mission
There you go.
without eliminating a woman, because I love pussy. Now let's get that
So they
straight.
gay-
Okay, I
so
love
they
pussy.
gay- there it
I'm a
is.
street priest, but I love pussy. I'm a little different. I love nuns. Okay, I fuck on nuns, so that's why I'm not
Isn't
into the Vatican.
isn't
But
that
here's the deal.
sacrilegious?
So is it sacrilegious?
Yes.
You talking about the fuck on nuns?
Yes.
Yes, because it's a part of the tradition of Catholics. They have to be celibate. They can't have sex. The Pope or the
So
priest,
why do they think it's okay to have sex with young
because
boys?
they made that shit up. It's a whole lot of fucking rituals in the Catholic Church that they had to deal with.
He's
And
guilty.
they- you know what
He
I'm
got
saying?
the priest roll on
Because
him.
I'm remind you of the bullshit that I'm
You a
talking-
part of
That's
it.
what this is. So I'm a street priest, so I understand.
He talking about himself.
Yeah, I fuck. I like pussy.
Nah, kid.
no,
No,
I'm
kid.
saying-
Wait. What was the answer to that?
No, the answer what?
To what Unc's question was?
You
Do I fuck
pretty
you?
freaky.
Yeah, I love women.
You said yes?
Yes,
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 keep
I love women. If y'all let me, I love women.
but get it
Grown
right.
women. They grown
Okay,
women. I
grown.
don't do kids. Bro.
Oh.
I said the Catholic Church has adopted that in certain areas only because they cannot have sex.
No, they
the
didn't.
priests
You
cannot
lying
have
on
sex.
them.
Hold
They-
on, the priests cannot have sex.
Fake priest.
None of the nuns can't have sex with the priest, and the Pope can't have sex. So with that being said, if there is a whole little bunch of little choir boys around you and you get the urge to have sex, then yeah, you're gonna turn one of the little boys out, which is wrong in the eyes of God.
We're going to stop your time
what
right
do you
there.
So I said that to say this, but you never let me get Jesus. You asked me a question.
It's
I
the
got to
time
talk
up.
about Jesus.
Stop making
time.
Jesus
Now's
was
the time.
personified.
It's your time. It's your time.
30 more
30
seconds.
minutes.
30 more
Nigga, time out.
seconds.
Okay.
Jesus was
That's why
personified.
they call him.
Hold on. Time out.
He
Hold
be
on.
banging
No,
them
his time
kids.
is
That's
out.
why they call him
No,
banging.
you interrupt
You
me,
a
I
banging
asked another
priest.
question.
You be
But
banging
Jesus
folks.
was personified as being gay because he had a whole lot of niggas around him, and he never had no woman. He had never had no
not
one
true.
of a woman. So he's not the
That's
example
not
to
true.
a young man to be a man. But when it comes to Jesus loving on God, with that concept of loving on something that was divine, I can copy and mimic that particular thing.
I
from
can
Jesus.
prove you he
Hold
gay.
up.
I can prove you he
Who
gay
is
right
gay?
there.
Well, how are you going to prove
Preach.
that?
I can prove it. Watch
Well, you
this.
ain't got no
I'm proving
evidence to be
somebody.
sleeping with
I got
nobody.
evidence. Watch
The
this.
gay community
What's
don't
up? I'm
lie.
telling you why
Shout out
he
to the gay
gay.
community.
Let
Y'all
me
know
tell
what the fuck going on.
This
I love the
rag
gay
around his
community.
head, it mean banging. Watch
Here
up.
we go with this bullshit.
This priest thing mean he's a banging priest.
Bang, God.
Listen,
Okay,
No,
we're gonna start your 2 minutes.
He's a freaking.
devil is
No. He's a freak.
it's worse to me. I thought I
He's
was gonna be the problem.
No.
You're actually doing a
He's
really
a
good job right
freaking.
now, dude.
He's a freaking priest. Let me prove it to you. If you pay attention,
like
y'all, I'm serious. Y'all pay attention. These are guys you got to watch from your kids. This one.
No.
I'm tell you why.
Hold on.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Look at his thing. He think. Why you call yourself a
I had nothing
priest?
to my dad dealing with no kids.
Well, you should call yourself a
Anybody that deal with
priest.
kids,
He got
gotta lay on
banging.
their
He's a
sword. Let me say
banging
that.
priest.
Let me make my
Banging priest. Banging priest.
The
Banging
banging part is
priest.
just because I came from the street. But when it comes to loving God, I believe God.
So don't
transcends
say
all
Jesus
human
freaking. You
But when it
freaking.
comes to kids, I don't fuck with kids. Oh no, like that. I love kids. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that do fuck with any kind of minor, they got to lay on that sword. I don't care who the fuck you is. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to pussy, again, let me be clear. I love pussy. I love women that God assigns to me, and you know it is.
I'm
what
do
it
like
is.
hold on.
Banging priest. Banging priest.
Please have a seat.
Banging priest.
So
Please
but
have a
if it
seat.
upsets him that I love pussy, then that I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Okay, so
But like I said,
let's hold on. We gave you your chance to clear
Okay,
your name.
I
So
cleared-
that was your
okay.
chance to clear your name.
Banging priest.
Unc has his 2 minutes. It's gonna start now. Unc.
How you gonna start my time after that? What the fuck I'm supposed to say?
As you
But
laugh.
listen, a lot of people watching this, right? Are you not entertained? See, life is just about this moment here. Life is about entertainment, right? But they have took what it's supposed to be for entertainment and took it and made it painful, right? We are having a discussion of something that people just can't fathom and didn't understand. Did you know that a female can have a child without a man?
Yes.
Did you know that the recording of the genes and the creation of the genes that we all know it started inside a female? It didn't start inside a man. And if a female doesn't have a daughter, then the family bloodline can never continue.
False.
No, this is true. This is true. Because was actually trapped inside a woman, right? I say that to say this, right? The biggest reason why people say Jesus didn't exist because they can't find no scientific proof that a woman can have a child without a man. Well, I just gave them that proof.
hell they gotta do with Jesus.
Wait, I just gave them that proof. And the fact that you got to understand this, that Jesus didn't come one time, he came 12 different times, and it's going to continue to come because once it comes, it never leaves. Everything running the cycle. Jesus is consciousness, right? And what I'm saying is, Jesus go inside of people, but he don't come inside of people. Freaky ass pastor, right? Listen, that's what I'm saying. You got to understand what we're dealing with, right? We dealing with people that don't understand the essence of anything because
That's your time.
Because I don't believe we need a God we already have, man.
Oh,
God is
my
already
God.
in you,
Thank
my
you.
nigga.
Thank you
Hold
for
on,
coming.
everyone, please.
My nigga.
We have a gentleman
I ain't
here.
no nigga.
Hold on, we have
My
a
bad,
gentleman
gang.
here that's
My
been
bad,
waiting
gang.
to have his
The
questions
atheist.
answered.
The
He's an atheist.
Yeah, so go ahead.
He's still a gentleman,
Yeah,
but he's an
thank you.
atheist.
Thank you. The priest got gangster. I
Hold on
told
1 second.
he called
We have
Uncle
to
my
make sure
nigga.
that we
Yeah,
are
my
being
nigga.
respectful.
Well, the atheist, bring the atheist
He's
up.
here.
All right, well, tell him to say something.
I came here
Oh, no.
to try to be convinced of God.
That's the problem.
And so far, you guys are not convincing.
problem.
I have a priest that doesn't believe in God. I have a pastor that is a hypocrite.
Damn.
If I walked into your church tomorrow trying to find out answers of God with the way that you're talking, I would walk out.
So can I ask you, whose beliefs of the three do you align with the most so far?
So far, it would be Unc's.
Wow.
That's some bullshit.
Okay.
But
So go ahead.
if you're agnostic,
Hold on 1 second. We're gonna
Let
give
him
a chance.
ask questions.
Hold on. Go ahead, sir.
He have the right.
So, let me start off with this. Why should someone believe in God in the first place?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I don't believe in a God.
Hold on.
Ain't no fucking God.
How many minutes I have?
You got 6 minutes.
Okay.
6
Ready?
minutes of you fresh shit
Yes.
on.
We're not gonna start your time until Oak is done.
On.
Can I get
Your
started?
6 minutes start.
Okay. First of all, I want to clear up a statement that he made. He said he got a pastor that if he walk in the church, he want something.
Walk off.
It amazed me how people judges people from their own perspective.
Mm.
And they don't accept reality. They want for you to pretend to be something that you're not. They want you to put on a priest robe. They want you to put on a cross. They want you to have your God voice on. Praise God. Praise God. You don't determine if a man of God based on what you call his weakness. Because the Bible said man look on the outside appearance, God look upon the heart. There was two people who came before the Lord. One said, I do this, I do that, and I do that. Other said, I don't do nothing. He said, who do you consider that's right? And surely everybody said the one that pretended to be so self-righteous, but the one that came and said, I got issues. As a pastor, the problem with people, you try to label them as God. And all pastors have issues. But to be hypocritical is to live something or to judge something that you're not trying to do or judge someone that you're doing, something that you're doing. So it's not my assignment to convince you that I'm a pastor, but my assignment is to love you enough to where God can see something in my life that calls you to believe. The Bible says men have never seen God. How can you say that you love God? You never seen him. But if you see each other, that's the God, that's the only God you're going to see. Stop looking for a physical God. And God is within you. Everything is within you. Uncle said all the time, the kingdom of God is at hand. He said it all the time, because the Bible said. And so if you're an atheist, unbeliever, whatever y'all call it, atheist, you're just saying that because you don't
So you
want.
can't read for real. You was right.
Yeah, you just saying that because it's a scapegoat to run from reality. Sometimes people who say they don't believe in God because they don't want to change what they do. They don't want to change their lifestyle. They don't want to accept change, and so they want to be in their own control. They want to have their own mindset.
Keep track of the time.
And so
I'm keeping track of the time. Yes.
but I am going to say this here. If you're going to be convinced if there's a God, the Bible said no man called Jesus Lord but by the Spirit. You can't educate yourself enough. You're not smart enough. If God don't reveal to you who he is, the Bible said the God of this world have blinded the mind of the unbeliever. So you don't have to accept if you believe there's a God. But one thing you do got to accept, even if you don't want to, you're going to die one day. So if you want to take a risk to try to prove that there's a God or not, that's the ignorant of man, because you know one day you're going to die. You don't lose if you find out there's a hell or heaven on earth. And so say if you're right, say that all this stuff we believe, there ain't no God, there ain't no hell, there ain't no heaven. Say you're right, and we die, and we find out that you're right. But what if I'm right? What if you die and I die, and we find out it's a hell in heaven? I don't want to take a chance of trying to find out if there's not a God. Just because I know I didn't make myself. The Bible says you can look at creation and know it's a God. It ain't no book how to tell you is a God. Just creation itself tell you. He said you have no excuse. You can look at the creation and know that's a creator. Go ahead.
For me, it's a win-win. Because if I'm right, I die. There's nothing that happens. If you're right, I try to live my life to be the best person I can. And from what you said, God goes from what's in your heart. So I go to heaven anyway.
It's too late. Let me tell you why. He
No,
said,
not you said to go for
it's-
it.
let me finish.
How long you got?
All right, let me finish.
2 minutes.
It's too late because I told you specifically the Bible said faith come by hearing the word of God. If you heard the gospel, who can tell that God set this time up for me to come way here around some crazy people where you won't have an excuse? You don't have the excuse once you hear the gospel because now it's been brought to you. So if you say that if you die and you find out that you're right, but if you're wrong, look at the risk you're taking. I just didn't say you're gonna go to heaven. It's hell in heaven. You just spoke about heaven. So one of those places you got to go. And if you don't accept Jesus according to our faith, then you automatically go to hell. So if you're going to take that risk, I'm in the winning position, not you. Because if you're wrong, you're in trouble. But if I'm wrong, I'm still okay. Why? Because there ain't no hell in heaven. But if I'm telling the truth, I'm still good too, because now I make it to heaven. But if you die and find out that I'm telling the truth, you're taking a risk. So it's not going to hurt to have insurance on your life. You got insurance on your car, you got insurance on your house, you got insurance on you. But do you have insurance on your salvation? That's the problem you going to have. And nobody have to force you to believe. I was the same way. I didn't believe either.
So he's not going to have a problem, right? I'm not going to convince you it is a God. I'm going to convince you that God don't exist.
Hold on, let's start your time.
That don't make sense. He
God
already believed that.
never exists. Because I'm going to tell you this. The perception of God will make you believe that life is here for you to be good. But if life was here in existence for you just to be good, then why was bad to create it? Right? If you believe that there's a God that will create a devil to deliberately trick you into a hellfire that was created to burn you in the reality with a devil that was just as smart as him, what kind of God is that? If the church can use fear to get you to believe in God, then what kind of God is that? Right? But in the purpose of understanding this, I'm going to tell you this. In the fact of understanding that they God is wrong, and let you understand that there is something that's bigger than God, and that's creation.
Bigger than God?
And we have a creation.
That's dumb.
Right? Because God is a human perception. See, God is for a certain group of people. But the creator is the creation of everything, so it got to be the creator of God. Because what people won't tell you about God is that you determine how you see God. Because God is within you, right? I won't go as far as to say that you're God. But when you create with God. But I'm not talking about their God. Because their God is a prison. Their God give you rules. Life have no rules. There's only 2 rules in life. Do whatever you want. As long as whatever you do, don't hurt nobody. As long as whatever you do, don't stop nobody. So he wrong. By you having a good heart, you in the best position. Because you not hiding from who you are. You not finna worship something you can't see. You believe in what you're supposed to believe in. Because you understand a man that believes is lost. Because a man that believes is fake. Because belief what man thinks is true.
What are you talking
So
about?
How do you think what you said is true?
Because I know. Listen.
How's it any different?
Everything I told
That's
you,
hypocritical right there.
No, everything I told you is backed by. Listen, I won't tell you. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything that's backed by science. Because I know that creation.
There you go.
That creation. Listen, creation.
You make sure you give me the same
Listen,
amount of time.
creation and God is science, and it got to be science because it was your creation and everything was created. So what I'm saying is you can't do it with numbers because math was different.
So your science is a God.
No, my science. You know what science is? Science. People know what science is. People think science is something slick. Science is just watching patterns and looking at stuff long enough to tell you what it is. It's just watching, observing. I'm a scientist, right? If you living right now, you should be a scientist, right? Because everything is science, right? So there's nothing wrong with a man being an atheist, because a man being an atheist is a man saying, I have been controlled. But that's not saying that I'm gonna let this cause me to be bad. He not one time said, I'm gonna go out, steal, kill, and destroy because I don't believe in a God.
How you make
That's
that good?
the acts of the devil. You're quoting the Bible about still killing and destroying.
Listen. But listen, if that's the case, then God wouldn't kill. Listen, sometimes killing is needed. It's a time to kill, it's a time not to. Listen, the time to kill shall be determined in that time. Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
That was your time.
Don't do that again.
I'm sorry.
As soon as I say time, you gonna hit my time.
Okay. Let me address.
So we're gonna go ahead and start your time.
Okay, the atheist basically means just one that just not have been convinced that there is a God, or there is something that that they see that one others subscribe to God. They just don't. They're not convinced that even exists. And so
It's not a God.
Agnostics, the same thing, similar. They just believe that there's no God, to where I haven't been convinced. So I would say I'm in between that. So he mentioned that, hey, it's a priest that don't believe in God. I don't believe in the God ideology and the word God, or how it came about and how men put it into context as a controlling concept, a word, the etymology of that word. But when it comes to something divine and that transcends human comprehension, I am a believer in that. So when people ask me, what do I believe in? I just say I'm a believer. I believe in what? Hold on, I just told you. Hold on.
Booty?
Ain't nobody saying about coochie. So let me get back on coochie.
Tell me what you believe.
So when it comes to, again, the God theory, I'm not there to where I'm trying to tell you something that I'm in search of, because we all are in search of that, because we all was born spiritual. It's innate in all of us. It's innate, which is something that comes within, and all of us just do right. We're taught wrong. We're taught everything else. So when we start talking about the devil theory and things like that, then we just have to go back, like I said, to ancient texts. When it comes to the, and he mentioned, and I'm almost done, he mentioned, do you know anything about AD? Well, do you know anything about BCE, before the Common Era? Because before AD, that was BCE. 3,000 or 4,000 years before the Common Era even existed, there was a common concept of principle, order, balance, that the ancient Egyptians already was practicing. Way before Jesus Christ or Bible or Ethiopia Bible, any Bible that even came along.
Egyptians stole that from the Sumerians.
I'm gonna be like,
Egyptians stole that from the Sumerians.
Answer the man
Egyptians
question.
stole that from the Sumerians, but people don't talk about that. They don't talk about that.
Answer the man
Egyptians
question.
stole that from the Sumerians. The Egyptians got the creators of shit.
And there are scrolls that were created
answer.
thousands of
Yeah,
years
they got
before
the creators
Jesus
of
Christ.
shit.
But
Hey,
go ahead, priest.
Hey, priest.
So the scroll,
Answer his question,
the
priest.
scrolls that was created before the theory or the concept before Jesus Christ didn't
Why
even
you keep talking
apply.
about Jesus?
Didn't even apply to the
'Cause he
ancient
hate Jesus.
Egyptians, because that particular
He
story
hate
is
Jesus,
not on
Pastor
the
Whoop.
walls of Kemet. It's not on the pyramid text. So simultaneously, you got over 90-some pyramids that run from Ethiopia, Sudan, and to Kemet.
How do
which
you
is
explain
Ethiopia.
Ramses' curse that went on through the Moses period that's also documented
That's something that was
in
made
Egyptian
up
history?
after the
It's
Exodus
documented.
movement.
Ramses
You talking about
the
the
second did exist.
How you
in
know
this
the Exodus
Exodus
movement is
you
real?
talking about the Exodus movement that they came up with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
How you know that's real?
a whole nother covenant movement that someone made up.
How you know
I'm
it's
just
real?
gonna
If
say
it's
someone
made up, it ain't no movement.
But prior to that, we're talking about the ancient Egyptians already had 42 admonitions of negative.
They're not ancient. The Sumerians are ancient.
I get the Sumerians.
They stole their
When you
ancientness.
When you Google Sumerian, then you're talking about the languages and the hieroglyphics.
How you gonna convince him
But prior to that, what I'm saying, even if you want to bring up the Sumerians, that's fine.
Okay.
But you got to talk about the hieroglyphics and you got to talk
Oh, you
about the
got too
pyramid
deep
text.
again.
So what
Oh,
I'm saying is,
Lord.
prior to any other Exodus movement, Genesis movement, Moses movement, any of that, it's not on the walls of Kemet. So what was the Africans or the ancient Egyptians practicing
Hold up.
way prior
That-
to some type
No,
of
no,
religion?
hold on,
So they
that's
had
one
their
thing.
hold
This
on.
is still
I'm
time.
gonna wrap it
No,
up.
no,
I'm gonna wrap it up. They
There's
had
3
their
minutes
own.
left.
They had their own spirituality. So when I say religion, I'm not here to save anybody. I'm here to tap into my own spirituality that I was born into, and what I would advise to an atheist is to do the same. Because one thing an atheist do
Okay,
believe
now you talking.
that there is something. They just can't identify with it. They know it's something, but they will not subject to something that a man.
Then that means he believes in God. You can't speak for him. That means
even the Samaritan
you can't speak for him.
Even the Samaritan text, even the
That means he believe in God.
Still had to be linguistics had to be put into play. You know what I'm saying? By a man. So at the end of the day, the Egyptians never worshipped a god. They understood that was attributes of the universe that represent God form.
Where they get that from?
What about Amun-Ra?
I was thinking about Kemet though.
Amun-Ra is
Where they get that from?
Amun-Ra is another word
I
in
like
the
that.
Kemetic text that means hidden presence. The one that's hidden. That's all the ancient Egyptians. That's what they call God or the most divine.
But
or
you
the
just said they
universe or
didn't
the
worship a
energy.
God.
They didn't worship a God. They understood that the divine was the
that's
sun.
true.
The divine. You want
But no, it's true. I want to say something about Kemet because if you don't understand it, you said something about Kemet.
Sure
You talking about
don't.
the Africa was in Kemet. The Africa wasn't in Kemet. Everybody don't understand it. All these places that were people are missing. Then was the American blacks that was in them places. I'm telling you that. So when you say no, we are different.
That's the mother
No,
of Kemet.
I'm saying everybody is different. You don't understand it. We all different species. Africans
I
and
believe that.
we
I
all
agree.
different
I
species
agree.
because the melanin. You think that
But
we the
closer
same
to
as
the sun.
Africans.
I'm
We're not
saying,
the same.
In order to get closer to the sun, which we know Abu Kalam, which is the original name for
Africans and blacks are not the same.
It's closer to the sun.
I know.
So
Much as
what
he's
I'm
fucking
saying is,
confused.
as melatonin that's in our skin.
Tell me to go to Africa right now.
Hold on. Let him finish.
They gonna lynch this nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I'm just mentioning the text. That's all. I love America. You know what I'm saying?
You
God
American.
bless
What they gotta
America.
do with
Yeah,
that?
This is my culture.
Okay.
I love America.
Listen.
But I would love to visit.
I'm gonna say it.
I would love to
He has
visit.
20
How
seconds.
you gonna
But I got
convince
20
me?
seconds. But all I'm saying is this. But if I'm going to adopt any type of religion, I would rather go back to my ancient religion.
Who's your ancient?
That's what I'm saying. The Kemetic text, the Kemetic science, all of that, because we was born spirit, I believe all of us, but we was taught religion.
Just like
Take your time.
Let-
Now, hold on. You are giving this advice specifically for your ancestral.
He don't know nothing.
Don't know
For your
nothing. He ain't
ancestral-
convinced him.
I'm trying to convince him
But
nothing.
does not help for somebody that is
I know
not
helping
that,
him.
that would help me understand that divineness that I couldn't connect
Bro.
to, because that's what they knew. Now, when it comes to him, as he searches his language, as he searches his culture, he's gonna find his God. He's gonna find a God that.
Why
his
you keep
people
saying his
worship.
God like it's a separate
that's what I'm
God from
saying. And
everybody
he's gonna
else?
Because
find
it's
out-
not the same
and
race,
no,
so that's
and
a
he's gonna
separate
find
God?
out
Yeah,
that-
that's what he's saying.
Hold on, within that atheist, he's gonna find
Oh
out
my
when he
God.
find his culture, his religion, he's gonna find his God. Then he's gonna decide with his common sense, see if that God
So
is
what is
correct.
his culture and his religion?
You know, I don't
No,
know.
you tell me.
I'm just talking about my culture.
First of all, everything
That's
started.
ignorant.
Fuck about
Listen,
nobody else.
first of all,
One mic at a time.
I say everything.
Until
Everything started here, right? Everybody want to always point outside of where you at and be like, okay, cool. Everything started somewhere else. I'm telling everybody that's watching this, everything started right here. You looking for things that's happening right here. The Grand Canyon, you understand what's in the Grand Canyon. If you go down to Mexico, you see all the pyramids.
Yeah, we
everybody understands that everything
agree.
started here, right? So we got to understand this, right? And if we don't understand it, then we can't understand everything that's going on because he's trying to tell this man to go back to Africa
No,
to
no, no,
find
no.
and study
I didn't
for
say
a
that.
God. But let me say this. Do you understand that we are mistaken people when we're trying to tell him to attack God to a race, to attach God to a
Correct.
color, to attach God?
Every race has a
Hold
God.
on,
Listen,
1 second. Go ahead.
Listen, even if you attach God to a deed,
Come on, man.
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You can't even attach God to a good deed solo, separately, because
believe that.
the creator is everything. So listen, this is the only thing I can say
Man,
to
that's
convince
deep.
a person that there is a God, right?
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna say this by using complete science, and I'm gonna fuck him up too, because he came to the conclusion and said, look, they cannot find no tombstones of Jesus because all this happened in different timelines, and we leave ourselves notes to discover
Well, you
shit in
know
this
that.
timeline. And I'm telling you this for a fact.
Correct. Go ahead.
Right? So they cannot find nothing that's not here. It's not here because this is a new timeline. This is a new earth, right? People don't know this and they don't understand this and they cannot simply see this, but every time they dig, they do manage to find certain shit when they go down a little deeper. So I just want to say this. When he looks at his family, at his creation, he understands creation, right? He have a family. He have something that he loves, right? That he care about. And he know how that's created. But when it comes to a God, he don't know. Like, what came first? The chicken or the egg? Well, we know the chicken came first because the chicken had to have the egg, right?
Right.
So we have to look at things at a scientific way when we hear it, because we look at what is science, what do science say? So what is atoms? What are we made of? Is the world matter? was under matter, he needed to become a scientist, right? And the more he look at himself, the more he'll see how unique he is, and the more that he'll see how different he is, and the more that he'll see that something had to create it, right? Because to live his life, everybody wanted to be a God. I became more peaceful when I realized it wasn't one,
I became free.
right? Outside of myself. Not saying that I am God, but saying that God gave me the ability to create here. And I take that
And
ability.
we use a God in colloquial.
Hey, you know,
Can
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
Don't say nothing. You've been saying
Young
enough.
man, let me say something. I haven't said much.
What?
Let me say this.
What? Did he just say that?
He
I haven't
has
said
not
much.
said a lot.
I haven't
Please
said.
go ahead,
I'm not
Pastor.
y'all.
Recently.
Let me say this here though. When you're talking about science, that is limit knowledge because
Bible is
science
science.
is
The whole
true.
Bible is
Let me finish.
science.
That's what you say. But
The Bible
when you
not science.
When you talk about science, you're talking about creation.
Oh, there you go.
Anything that's created had to be created. So if you call it God or you call it whatever, it's something greater than science. It's something greater than knowledge.
Right.
And that's who gave us the ability to experience these things. But when it come down to somebody try to convince you of God, you got to remember, listen to the language that he's saying. He's saying, I would for you to believe in science, I would for you to believe what you believe, is because he worked for the devil. Watch that. Anytime you work for the devil, I'm trying to convince you to stay away from Jesus. I'm talking about this. He said, long as you believe in anything else, here's the perception. Satan don't care about you believing in science. He don't care if you believe Jesus black, green, if he God. He just don't want you to get atonement for your sin. Now, he gave you some history. I'm sure how dumb man is. He talking about his ancestors. He talking about the Egyptians. He done made that the beginning of knowledge, the beginning of creation. If he existed, then you telling me where were the white man at? Where were the Chinese man at? You got all different creation. Watch this. You got all kind of different creation. So if he's saying all of that, then he's saying
I know that the person God
that
chose
God-
to convince nobody. Because he argued with him instead of
Watch
convincing
it.
him.
God,
I know God ain't chose him to be no pastor.
Watch it. God
God chose
created
him.
number black, so that don't even make sense. So
He argued with him.
here's my thing with you. Anytime somebody exalt themselves better than other race, or feel like God only made these kind of people, they the only one got the truth, that's ignorant. So you got too many different creations. You got people all over the world. If you ask them from the beginning of knowledge, from the beginning of creation, how did they came about? Egyptian is old, but it's not older than creation. That's how ignorant they are. They going off of books they read. So if I want to convince you, I can't convince you. I go back to the foundation. No man can call Jesus Lord but by the Spirit. You can reject knowledge, you can reject signs, you can receive signs.
He ain't listening to shit we say.
But-
He don't get no fuck. He
Yeah.
out of there. He
If-
lost the pass. He walked
watch
off. He said, "Look, the pass."
But watch
He
this.
lost the pass.
So
he walked
my
off.
thing,
He
my
said he
thing
walked out the church. He
listen,
walked off.
okay, listen to me.
He ain't listen to that shit
So
you
my
said.
thing is that it all have to come to you by your own
give
seeking
a fuck
God.
about
The
that,
Bible
Pastor.
said we're his offspring.
Yeah, he
God
does.
is not far from any one of us. Even if you don't accept that you believe God, there's a God in you
Yup,
regardless, a piece of God that's in you. So
You gotta
but
kill him like the Christians been
on
doing. Kill him
on
fast so they can believe.
on a few things I'm going to say.
You gotta kill him.
It's love that identify anything. I can preach to you. I can read this to you. I can tell you study this. I can tell you about my ancestors. I can tell you what
the Christians wasn't built off love. They was built off murder.
That's not gonna get.
No, one
That's
more-
not gonna
Christians was
get you
built off
to
murder.
God. That's not gonna get you to God. But if I show you love,
Christians was built off murder. They wasn't built off
that's
love.
who God is, then you can identify with that more than science or anything. Because the proof of God is how I treat you.
Now,
Gang.
one moment. We need to get into our close. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm gonna say this.
One statement.
Everybody knows Christianity was built by slaughter, murder, and making people take on religion and
Nowhere.
take on God.
Nowhere.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. They even recruited natural killers when they recruited Saul. Saul was a murderer, a real killer.
Okay, what
they
that mean?
recruited the best of the killers.
He wasn't
to
doing
kill.
it for Christ.
Hold up, gang.
And who was he known for killing?
Listen to me.
For
Listen to me.
religion.
It don't matter.
matter.
I'm saying this. When it comes to the Christians, right? When it comes to the
Christian didn't do that.
Listen, when it comes to the Christians, right? When it comes to the Muslims, when it comes to the Jews,
No.
when it comes to all these religious groups, right now the world is at war, but everybody think it's a regular war, it's a religious war. The only reason people fight is for God.
Listen, Judaism.
Hold up. Everybody
All
is
of them
fighting
kill,
right
except
now
Christians.
for God. Everybody is fighting for a white God, a black God. I'm not fighting for no God. I'm not fighting for no devil. Ask your questions. Let him ask his questions.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
ask your
So before you ask the question, you're stating a lot of points that can easily be contradicted.
It can't. How?
Easy.
Buddhism does not have any violence at all. So how would they be fighting for God?
They
You
don't,
said
man.
Saul killed people.
You lied about
Saul
Buddhism.
killed
You
Christians.
lied about Buddhism. Listen,
Before
did you know?
he became
Did you
a
know?
disciple.
Did you know that they thought that? But a real listen to me. So I'm gonna say this. He was saying this. Life is not about good or bad. Life is about being aware of what's going on. And when I'm aware, I understand that this world is different, right? So it's not about good or bad, it's about awareness. So it was a monk. It was two monks. One monk said, you know what? You got to be a good monk. This one monk said, I ain't finna be a good monk. I want to be a monk that experiences life. I don't want to be stuck here just meditating forever. I
Can
wanna
monks be
experience life.
punked?
He went out and experienced life, and he still got enlightened, right? So I don't think you understand. Nothing I say can be considered false, because everything I say stands with merit, right? Because I don't speak beliefs.
You said that everything in the Bible took place in America. There's geographical proof that's carbon dated that it did not.
Listen, I'm saying this. You don't understand because
Jerusalem is a real place.
He said it too.
Your map, listen, your map that you look at right now,
He said
a
it
lot of
too.
things that happen. The first original map showed a flat Earth, right? And then when America, because Columbus took over, it changes. It becomes circle, right? Listen, and when it becomes circle, it do something else. It flips backwards, right? So what I'm telling you is, you look at it because they was trying to hide Atlantis, right? Listen, they was trying to hide several different places on the map, so they did two things. They made it round and they flipped it.
Who is they?
So listen, and did you know this? If you look at the map and you got Africa looking small, did you know on that side that Africa actually is one of the biggest places over there?
Correct.
But it appears really small on that map?
Correct.
They do it purposely,
That's
right?
true.
So I don't think people understand how much they changed the map and changed the code so you cannot find home, right? So that's why he's still looking for home.
So if taking away the identity from Africa is a key point that they're trying to play, why are you playing a role in it and saying that this didn't take place in Africa or any of the
They want
countries
you-
that used to be in
listen,
Africa in the Southeast?
They won't. Listen, they can get you to believe that you African. The worst thing they ever did, the biggest trick they ever did, was took something that was in you, took it from you, hid it from you the whole time. It's still in you. That's the biggest trick that ever been done.
Well, can I ask
Right.
you?
Wait, we're gonna let our atheist gentleman here.
That's the biggest trick that ever been done.
I'm
We're
trying
gonna let
to.
him ask him a final question, and everybody's gonna have 3 minutes to respond each.
Okay.
You just want me to ask one?
There's no final question.
No,
Let's go.
ask
No
whatever.
final- ask your
I
question.
like your question. Ask
I like
your
it.
question.
Let's go.
That's
Let's
all
like-
right.
Say
listen,
we just do a speed round. I ask question. Each
I
one
got
get
time.
3 minutes. Ask question. They each
Let's
get 3
go.
minutes.
Let's go. Let's go. Speed round. Let's go.
Ask your
Let's
question,
go.
Alex. Go ahead, man.
We don't
We
come on
here.
no time.
We don't care
Go
about
ahead.
no
There's no
time.
such thing as time.
All right, I got the perfect question for you.
Food.
Bishop.
Pastor.
Yeah. So you have an all-loving, all-powerful power. So you have an all-loving, all-powerful God. If that God exists, what is the purpose of children getting cancer?
Amen.
A 6-year-old child is pure. They're innocent. They haven't lived long enough to be affected by dietary or lifestyle to be a factor in them getting cancer. Who benefits from this?
All right, you have 1 minute.
Ooh, that's gonna take more than 1 minute. But I'm gonna say this and put it in perspective.
I can do it.
When God created man, He created man with a free will. In that free will, it comes with suffering, and this give a person choice. We're looking at the temporary life. We think it's bad because you see a child die at a young age or cancer. Jesus said, "You should cry when one is born. You shall rejoice when one die." And so it's your perception, how you look at death. If you look at death as evil, then you're gonna feel that way. You're gonna go against God. But if you look at the Creator, that everything belongs to Him. He have the right to snatch, the plug, the plant. He's God. Who's a man to question God about his own creation? That's the question you need to ask yourself. God don't owe nobody anything. If he chooses to give you life, he can take life. Who is you to question God about his creation? If I got a car and I decide to wreck it, to burn it, who is you to question me about my car? You got a problem because you're trying to tell me what belongs to me. I can't do what I want to do.
All right, so if God is all loving and all powerful, what is the purpose of children getting cancer? Who benefits from it?
Everybody had cancer, right? What you don't understand is that what you perceive as a child, not a child at all. We all the same age. It's energy transferring, going here and going there. Even when something bad happened, something good happened directly after that. Bad and good is only a perception. Life and death is only a perception.
That's right.
Right? I just want to say this. When it comes to the question that you asked, it's a great question. But people get cancer all the time. People die all the time. You can't stop death. Death is a part of life.
Come on.
Right? Every time something happens, it's for something else.
That's right.
I think you worried about the death. But if you worry about what's dead, why would you do that when there's a lot of things alive you could be worried about? Though a child dead,
that's deep.
Focus on what's still alive.
Ooh, I got to shake
No,
your
it's
head on
time.
that.
He did it within 1 minute. Great answer. Priest, we turn to you. Same question.
I'm just gonna be real simple.
He gave me something then.
Anatomy.
You worry about the dead. You think you worry about what's alive. Let the dead bury the
But I'm
dead.
gonna go to anatomy. We all are born to die. So at the end of the day,
Don't try to
we
feed
all
off
die
us.
from something.
No good
Whether
nigga,
it
bro.
be cancer, whether it be anything,
I'll bet
but
off you.
it's unfortunate that something like that would happen at an early age to a child, and that's always going to be a mystery of why the Most Divine did that at an early age. But at the end of the day,
You can't blame God.
We have. No, I didn't blame
You have
God.
go ahead.
Hold on, you gotta let me finish. But at the end of the day, we all are born to die. But it's unfortunate that that happens early. But we can't blame God. We can't blame anything.
We born to live,
God.
born dead.
Yeah, we was born to die.
We was
So I'm
already
talking about
You
our
already
physical
dead.
man.
You
You know
born
what I'm saying?
dead.
So our
man.
physical man
Yeah,
has an
born
immune
dead,
system
already dead.
biologically
Already dead.
that could be attacked in different various ways of life. But at the end of the day, we all have an expiration date. So it's
I
what
don't
you
got
do.
one. I'm immortal. I'm immortal. For everybody watching, I'm immortal. I'll never die.
Another
All
question.
right, next question.
With there being an all-powerful, all-loving God, we still had events like the Holocaust and COVID.
You know who?
COVID.
COVID. You go. Wait, hold on. You go.
Wait till you get your 1 minute. We get 1 minute. Let him answer this question. We get 1 minute. He gonna pick.
What greater good could justify suffering on that level?
We're going to start with you, Priest.
The Holocaust and COVID is two different analysis, but at the end of the day, now a Holocaust is one thing, just like the transatlantic slave trade. You got to throw that in there. If you're gonna compare something, compare the slave trade to the Holocaust, okay? But like I said, who said God had a plan in that? My man didn't have a plan in that. Cause man destroy each other. To this day, we still kill each other. Do
God create all of this?
Well, how you know God created? Man created God. God created man. It is man's self-greed that comes in with the ideologies and enslavement. That's what happens. So people have been killing each other since the beginning of time. Even in the Bible, in the Old Testament, says God killed kids. He used their armies kill kids. Take all the possessions, everything, the spoils and everything. Sometimes it lead the spoils to kill the kids. Kill all the men and the kids. Leave the women.
That's your time. Same question.
What is the question?
You know what? I'm not
The
going to
question
play with you today.
is, you have mass tragedies, millions of deaths. What is the
It's a turtle. And this
That's a
turtle
good question.
live underground, digging a hole for 17 years. The turtle come out the hole. When the turtle come out the hole, a wildfire happened. The wildfire happened. All the animals that can survive go back inside the hole. The turtle never made it back to the hole. The turtle's suffering for everything else to live. See, what a lot of people don't understand is, you ever been on a car before? And I ain't talking about cars, I'm like the cars that bounce and bust shit. In the little thing, you know what I'm talking about? Like bumper cars. You ever been in bumper cars? See, it's just a bumping car. It's to put you on the right road. Everything is a bumper car because you got to understand nothing actually dies. You know this, nothing dies. It's just a bumper car. Boom, push it that way. Right? What we perceive as bad is not actually bad at all because out of everything bad, something good is born.
What's the next? That's your time.
You gotta see the good on the other side because you're looking at good and that. It's good on the other side. It's two sides of a coin. You don't see good here, but good happen there. Just like right now, there's certain things that happen here that affect there. Like right now, something happened here would affect her. Just like right now, it takes this. It takes bad to affect good. Without bad, there would be no good. So without both, you look at to determine things based on bad, but you don't understand that God is bad and God is good.
And can I say this?
It's your time is about to start.
Okay, I want to say this with you. No matter what we say, I think I told you from the beginning, you question the creator. We're trying to compare God with man. Man don't have authority to take life, but God do, or allow it. So when you say that, why do the COVID, and you talking about what Hitler done and kill all those people, you saying, God, why you didn't stop it? God, why you allow this? It's called free will. You have a free will. A free will to what? To do good and evil. When you ate the tree of knowledge and good and evil, you're questioning God. You mad at God because God gave man a free will. It's man that chose to take life. It's man that chose. God cannot interfere with your free will. He chose to create something that makes his own decision. It's only in everything only one creation got a free will, and that's man. Everything else, and angels, everything else is subject to God. The moon obey God, the sun obey, the grass. They don't never disobey God. We the only thing that God created in his image that disobey God. So God created man with a free will. That's the reason why.
Got it. So
He just told a whole bunch of lies.
you're talking about free will.
Man, free will
These events happen because of our own free will.
That's
I
right.
ain't said that.
We caused it.
I said that.
I didn't say that. I said it was caused by God.
Yeah,
No.
that's,
And I said it was
He's
caused.
referring to what Pastor
God
said.
didn't make you eat that pork chop.
I'm saying,
God didn't make you lie.
I'm saying God did make you eat the
God
pork
didn't
chop
make you
because
put
God
on them.
invented it. He
I
didn't make you
prove
get
it.
attached to it.
I prove it. I got facts.
God
Forget
invented the
opinion.
pork chop. God invented death. God invented life.
Watch this.
Hold on.
Watch this. Man created black.
Man haven't created
finger
anything
polish.
yet.
God didn't make him paint his nail.
God
black.
created the paint. They painted my
All right,
nails.
hold on. We're going to go to the next question.
God didn't make
We're
you
going
do
to go to the
that.
next
God
question.
created the paint that painted my
Oh,
nails. God
hold,
created everything.
please.
Everything is
Hold.
God.
Hold. We're going to
So
settle.
you saying God created?
One moment.
God
God
came down
created the
here.
paint.
He
He painted my
painted
nails.
your.
But he put the thought in the person.
He
Settle.
created
We are
the
going
things.
to get it,
He
Pastor.
created the thought.
Pastor.
The thought.
The
Pastor.
thought.
You won't want the
Pastor,
nails black.
One moment, Pastor. We have another question.
so with the idea of free will,
Yes, sir.
God allowed those things to happen
That's right.
because we did it.
That's right.
So
So
what about how would he allow suffering that is not a result of free will? Such as
Okay.
natural disasters.
Okay. With natural disasters, you got to remember everything that's on earth. He just told you can't go around. He said your thoughts, how you feel, your emotion, you create what you want to be bad. I don't call natural what you call it? Disaster. I don't call it as a bad thing. I don't call death bad. You do. That's your belief system. I
So what
understand
would you
life.
call
Okay,
a
listen.
tsunami?
I don't call it.
Do you know? Let me say, do you
Hold on,
know?
it's time. Pastor's time.
No, go ahead. I know.
I'm saying, do you know what a natural disaster do? Do you know what the earth do? The earth has certain things that has to happen. If these natural disasters don't happen, then the earth will cease to exist. It's like the earth has
Everything-
to wash and cleanse it.
Help each other.
Right? It has to do that. And when that happens, it creates earthquakes. It creates floods. But these things are also manipulated by man. But I'm saying that these things are naturally in place for the earth to continue. And without these, what you call them? What you call them?
Natural disaster.
Without these disasters,
Why is that so confusing?
what is it? Without these natural disasters, then there wouldn't be An earth to live on.
That's-
And natural just
Hold
based-
on, Unc, it's Unc's turn.
It would be an earth to live on. I can prove it because even with the trees, they took two trees, they took one tree and they planted this tree, inside of a cone. And inside of this cone, they planted this tree in. This tree grew nice and green, nice and strong. They took another tree inside of it and they planted this tree without no cone. They never watered it much. And then the wind came. When the wind came, this tree blew down because on this tree, what made this tree so strong is the wind, the resistance from hitting the wind. So without that resistance of the wind, then that tree wouldn't became strong. It'd just been a weak tree. So without them natural disasters, you just be a weak man.
One thing.
Hold on, he has 10 seconds left. Do you
You just be a weak man.
Can I get
You
your
know what I'm
10
saying?
seconds?
So go ahead.
Can I ask you one question? You ever seen a gay person?
Why you?
No,
Oh my God,
he
he
don't know
upset
this.
me.
Who make a person? Did God make? Hold up. That's a good question. Did God make gay person? Did God make gay
asked me
people?
from that perspective.
How do gay people become gay?
You
That's
said
the question.
COVID. You said COVID
I asked
and the
him who do we
Holocaust.
understand. We
So I
all-
didn't answer from
We
that
all
perspective.
answer. Who answer do we understand the most?
Everyone hold. We're going
Who
to
answer do we understand the most?
Hold on,
We're
I
going
ain't
to ask
answered
him in a
mine yet.
minute.
We
We're
all
going
answer.
to let
God
them
make
talk.
gay
Give me a minute.
people.
I'm just gonna be a minute.
We're going to get Priestess 1 minute starting now.
So you didn't ask me from that perspective, but you say natural,
look
it
like
comes from the word nature.
I'm doing it.
Okay, so I have to agree with Unc when it comes to some things, nature itself has to evolve or shift or whatever. Sometimes man have control over nature. But we call it natural, which is natural. You know what I'm saying? So we can't control nature. That is divine. You know what I'm saying? And so when you keep saying God, then you putting God in the box as though a man or a woman is up there working the wheel. And it's just divine nature because we all exist with nature. We exist with cosmology and ecology. Humans need trees just like trees need humans. We need everything. Everything coexists with each other. When we die, to wrap it up, we go in the earth, and the earth, we feed the earth. You know what I'm saying? So everything coexists and reproduces itself. That's nature.
So, real quick,
Go ahead.
so do you think that, like, God just created us and walked away, or he, like, created us and he's sitting there putting the pieces?
No.
Jack?
He created.
I'm gonna
He
use your
said
own, because you
missing.
taught me something. You taught me about the monkeys. And you taught me something about the monkeys. If you use that version with life and creation, then you will understand what we live in there right now and understand why this is something that everybody will
Can you
get through.
explain what that talk about the monkeys
All right, so
was?
monkey, if you give 1,000 monkeys, 1,000 computers, they will
Infinite
eventually
monkey
write,
theorem.
right? Fake Shakespeare, right?
Please explain it.
If
They
you give
eventually
1,000
type.
monkeys typewriters an infinite amount of time, they will recreate all of literature.
On literature. So what I'm saying is, with this being said, if I'm telling you that this itself is a prison planet, we stuck here on an unlimited amount of time to get it right, that's how you know that everybody will end up getting it right. That's your answer.
Okay.
Because it don't matter where you sit at now, because eventually you will get the right answer. So there's no hell to go to. If you don't have to worry about rushing, take your time. Because you will never find God till you understand that it all comes
Well,
So we're going to give each of you guys 2 minutes for a closing impression on Alex, and then he's going to
That's
tell
good.
you which one he aligns with the most. These are your 2 minutes
Well-
that are crucial. I would advise not to attack if you want
He
to
can't help
influence
it. He
it.
can't help it.
I'm letting you
He
know.
can't
I'm
help
seeing
it.
your posture. I'm letting you know already. Please do not
Okay.
attack him if you want to.
No.
he better
First of
attack.
all, I'm
All
going
right,
to
start
say.
the time now.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to say anytime you don't believe in God, you're going to support anything that helps that faith. But my thing is that when you're dealing with creation, when you're dealing with God, you got to first understand that I keep telling you about the free will. It's seeing that you're ignoring the free will. That doesn't exist in your mind. God decided to create something that he didn't force to love him. In that free will, we can make choices, good and evil. We have a choice. So mankind always take in what benefit his flesh or hurt one another. That's why he gave us laws where we don't do those things, where we won't hurt our brother, where we won't take from him, where we won't kill from him. So when you talk about how can I convince a man to believe there's a God, only evidence I have is the love of God that I treat, the way I treat you. I don't care what come out of my mouth. I don't care what I call myself. I don't care what kind of suit I put on to try to make myself look holy. It's the way I treat you that identify there's something greater than the world that's in me. And so if I want to convince you that there's a God, all I ask you, give God a chance and give me a chance to be able to show you that I can love you like my brother without you being my color. I can love you as my brother without coming from where I came from, not the system. And that's the most evidence out of anything. I believe that without love, no man, the Bible said through love and kindness have he drawn. Anything else, I don't have a solution. Because you're going to have your belief. You're going to feel the way you feel. You're going to think the way you think. Regardless of what I say, your mind is already made up. And so, but if the light, the Bible said the God of his word have blinded the mind of the unbeliever. If the light don't shine on you, it's nothing that nobody can say in this room can help you but God.
And that was your time. Thank you, Pastor. Unc, go ahead. Your time starts now.
What's the question?
Just your closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts for what?
You want me to go, huh?
For the gentleman here, so that way he can tell you which one he aligns with the most.
I'm supposed to try to convince him of God?
This is your time.
You want me to go while you still
No, this is his time.
Mind your business,
This
priest.
is, hold on. We're going to respect his time and how he chooses to utilize it. A minute and a half remaining.
Uh-oh. He downloading. He downloading.
1 minute and 10 seconds remaining.
Why you laughing?
1
Yeah,
minute.
Unc messed up. You stuck.
You can only find God, the creator, silent. You gotta listen when nobody else hears.
Mm.
Silence has a voice. Listen to it.
That's a fact. You his offspring. None of us ain't far from God. We
You
all
yield the
can-
rest of your time?
But it's time.
Okay, you have 9 seconds left.
It's inside of you.
Now that was
That's
God.
your time. Thank you. Priest, your time.
I agree. I agree with to a certain point. I agree with a lot of things that Bishop Eli said. It's an honor to be on this platform. Thank y'all for the opportunity. I would say God is basically the spirit of God. We were all born. Remember this. We're all born spirit, but we taught it. It had to be taught through mannerism. I'm gonna go back to a text. The reason the Bible, real quick, the Bible speaks about it.
Oh, he didn't believe
No,
it.
they didn't believe
Because
in
I'm
that.
using it as an analogy. I don't believe in it, but I'm gonna use it as an analogy.
makes
That's why I'm
sense.
gonna go to the text. But you gotta let me finish.
is
The
time.
Bible said that God
He
created
confused.
Adam
Oh,
and
my
made
God.
him from the earth.
You don't even believe that.
You don't even
Hold
believe
on,
that.
but
Give me
I'm just
time.
saying.
Give
But
me
that's
time.
not let me.
You
so
try to convince
I don't
him with
believe-
some beliefs and shit
I
you
don't
don't even
believe it,
believe.
But it connects with what I'm trying to say.
Just like an
That the
atheist.
spirit
Oh,
in
my
you
God.
is your breath. They said the form of the dust from the ground didn't move even when he formed it. You know why? Because even the writers understood that when the breath was blew into Adam, that's when he moved. So the very breath that you had when you was detached from your mom and you got your own breath, that is God. We keep looking for something outside of us when he's in us. And I'm going to leave it at that. This is the priest. Y'all
that
know
was-
what the fuck going
Listen,
on.
but everybody watching
yield
this.
your time?
Everybody
I
watching
yield
this. I
my
just want to say
time.
this,
I'm
right?
done, man.
People watching this may look at this as a debate, right? But I'm gonna say this: for the first time in history, y'all saw something that y'all never saw before. For the first time, you was given a choice. You know, if you watching this, if you grew up in any household, you was given a God, and you was given a God to the fact that you didn't believe in a God because the people that you was given a God by, you understood that they didn't believe in God because they did everything opposite of what God told them to do. So today you got a chance to listen to a priest, you got a chance to listen to a pastor, and you got a chance to also listen to me, right? But the only thing that you should listen to is yourself at the end of the day,
That's correct.
right? Because only you can determine. Life is a perception, and you create that perception. So
Your
if you don't
journey.
believe that there's a God, then there don't have to be a God in your world.
Thank you. And that was very well said, Unc.
It's your turn.
Very profound.
Everybody had their
Hold on, we're not done. Please
Come
have a
on,
seat.
gang.
We need to go ahead and just find out who do you align with the most after what you've recently heard.
Well, the person that I align with the most is Unc.
I told
More
y'all
of a
that. Off the pump.
science-based
No pump.
approach.
Well, you been talking about another gay stuff, but tell them about when you was
No,
in
I
jail.
seen a black
Tell them when you
man.
was
No,
in
no,
jail.
no, no.
Tell them about when you want to
I'm
talk about that.
telling,
You
no,
was in jail 15
no. Why
years.
you making it personal?
You in jail 15 years.
I'm talking about
Ain't
the-
nobody been in jail longer
You making
than
it personal.
Ain't nobody been in jail longer than you.
Gentlemen,
Your hand is paint black. I never seen a.
gentlemen, we
finger
don't need to
product.
take personal digs at each other.
That's what he do.
Yes,
He
sir.
a pastor of the church.
No,
He a pastor of
I'm
the church.
seeking
But
knowledge.
these same hands put money in his collection plate. He ain't say
No,
shit.
no, no.
He ain't say shit that on
No,
Sunday.
no.
On my mama. You ain't say
Listen.
shit when I passed that money with these hands. What did you say? What did you say?
Them hands
His
got
church-
demons. Let me finish what I said.
You take the money. Did you take the money from these hands? Yes or no?
Not me.
Listen, guys, fuck
That's
up
a
mama.
lie.
In Texas, I put the money in there with these hands.
That's
These
right.
are Zach hands.
Okay, listen.
And nobody said
Can I
nothing
say
about my
nothing?
payment.
I ain't know nothing about it. Watch this out.
You saw.
Nah, I ain't saw it. I ain't paying no
He
attention.
said anybody in the church, I need you
Why
to
is that?
stand up and
That's
bring
the
money.
rumor.
I stood up and
Why you
came to
play
the
too much?
thing. Look at my hands.
Okay,
So you went
listen.
to his church.
Yeah,
I'm a member of this church, nigga.
Hit member.
So you can't say nigga after saying that.
What you mean? Listen, you don't know, they kicked me out of the church because I was smoking weed.
She laughing.
Listen, you can't smoke weed in this nigga church, so I never
Hey,
go back.
Can I say
well, guys,
something?
I want to go ahead.
I want to say
Have a
something
final
to all of
statement,
these
Judge.
guys. They have wisdom, but I'm real serious on this. I want the people to listen to this. Everybody listen to us by count. I thank you for this broadcast. Please, because y'all keep calling this man a priest. And I don't want people to be fooled. Stop. Because he called himself a priest. That don't mean he's a priest. I'm going to tell you what it is.
Hey, all right.
Let me tell you.
You can't let him just go off my
he's-
character.
Y'all gonna say I'm judging. Let me finish because I'm gonna be disrespectful. He's not a priest. He's a bastard. Let me tell you why he's a bastard.
He definitely has a moment.
A
to
bastard
rebuttal after.
is someone that don't have a father. The God that the father ain't his father. So when I call these priests bastards and sheet and wool clothing, y'all can say whatever you want to say.
Some priests
I
are
have facts because I never seen a real priest smoke dope. I never seen a real priest.
This just drove this atheist farther away from God.
That's
He
freaky.
gone.
Listen, that's
He
freaky.
never go to church.
That's,
I'm out of this bitch.
That's freaky.
Because he'll never go to church.
I never seen a priest that's a gangbanger, a barber, an Israelite, a Muslim, and a cowboy. He's a confused priest. So y'all start calling them priests.
So
People already confused. He got us confused.
Let me say this. As a priest, when you look at the Old
And an
Testament or
Egyptian.
any Egyptian text, the priest was one that walked with that which is divine and carried a responsibility. And so that title priest is on me. But when people have a definition of what they think a priest is, then they can look at me and say, I don't fit that description. And I thank God I don't fit that description.
Okay,
based
stop
on
calling
all the
yourself
things
a
that
priest
have
then.
been called in the Catholic Church. And the reason I adopt this whole thing about the priest collar because I was once indoctrinated with bullshit when it comes to that. But when it comes to priesthood,
About the
I
crib?
have that when it comes to my family, my immediate family. I'm the priest of my family.
What about the
Because
rag on your head?
Hold on, I help them identify that which is divine. That's all a priesthood job was, even in the Old Testament, was to help the people identify with their spiritual walk with God and get the fuck out the way. But they don't do that now. They be in the way. But anyway, I'm the street priest. And so what separates me from the diocese priest, you know what I'm saying, and this is the X-File, is that I love pussy and I love nuns.
Just when you thought there was no hope for humanity, he's here with love, peace, and he is not to be played with on his mama, Dr. Unk.
You got any weapons you think's gonna poke me?
Yeah, my dick a weapon. You just stole this shit from Skid Row. Take it back. Take this shit back to Skid Row. Stop playing with me.
She says he's tall. How tall? When he's ugly. How ugly? said he's black.
How black? What's the matter with you?
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yes, you got it ready? Stand up right there.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, you touched her titty? No, sir. I saw you touch her titty, nigga.
Your wife getting fucked right now.
Shut up!
You know what? I think I'm gonna take
No, women been enslaved